Okay, so the next thing we want to review is in linear equations is writing the equation when we have a point on the line and the slope of the line. So what I just said and reading what's on up here should sort of scream out at you: point slope, point slope. I'm going to use the point slope form of the line here. So the steps for writing a linear equation are always basically the same. Our first step, of course, is going to be to identify the slope. Sometimes to identify the slope, we're going to have to find the slope by using the slope formula, but in this case, it's going to be given to us. Then we have to use the slope of the line at any point on the line to write the equation in point slope form. Point slope form, of course, is y minus y sub 1, where y sub 1 is y sub 1 is the variable that's going to be replaced by the y value from the point. M is replaced by the slope, and x sub 1 gets replaced by the x value on the point. And our final step is to rewrite the equation in slope-intercept form. If you don't remember, that's y equals mx plus b, and that's really just cleaning our stuff up. So let's take a look at this problem. Write the equation of the line that has the slope of 4/3 and passes through the point 9, negative 7. So let's take a look at what we would do. So our first step, of course, was to identify the slope. And the slope, of course, is m, and that was, in the problem, it was just given to us as 4/3. The point on the line we have, I just want to note it up here, our point is going to be 9, negative 7. 9, negative 7. This is going to be, 9 is going to be x sub 1, and negative 7 is going to be y sub 1. You might wonder why we have to put the little subscripts, but that's just so we know which one to replace, so we don't stick that one of them in place of the x or the y that just stay as x and y. So the second step is to write our equation in point slope form. So in point slope form, all we have is y minus y sub 1, and that comes from right up here. So we have y minus a negative 7 is equal to m, which is 4/3 times the quantity x, and this x just stays x, minus x sub 1, and in that case we have 9. So just something I want to clarify before we move on is that this y minus negative 7 here, y minus negative 7 is, some people call it keep switch, but what you really have to know is if you're subtracting a negative, it's the same thing as adding a positive. So that really becomes y plus 7, the same thing. All right, so, and our last step, or our third step, is to rewrite this in slope-intercept form, or y equals mx plus b. So all we're going to do is just clean this up by using the distributive property, and then eventually we're going to get that 7 away from the y. So let's see what we get. We have y plus 7 is equal to 4/3 distributed into this set of parentheses. 4/3 times x is just 4/3 times x minus 4/3 times 9. 4/3 times 9, there's a lot of ways we can look at it. You can do it in your calculator, of course, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, I know I need to divide 9 by 3 because I have this 3 down here, so that this is going to become 3, and then multiply by 4. So this is going to become minus 12. All right, and you know what, let me just do it on the side over here for anyone who's confused about what I just did. All right, so 4/3 times 9 times 9 over 1. When we multiply, we can do something called cross reduction. So 3 is going to become 1, and the 9 is going to become 3 because I divided both of them by 3. So now I just have 4 times 3, which is 12, over 1 times 1. And 12 over 1, of course, is still just 12. All right, and my last step for cleaning this up is to just get rid of this 7 over on the on the left-hand side of the equation. So let me subtract 7 from this side and subtract 7 from that side. They go away here, and now I have, and sorry, negative 12 minus 7, because don't forget that this negative right here sticks with the 12. That is a super negative 12. So I want to take 7 away from negative 12. That's going to give me negative 19. So I have y is equal to 4/3 x minus 19. And that is it. That 19 might be really negative, but the whole thing is really positive because it's right.